Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Asia. Welcome. I do fashion, beauty, and post-cancer wellness. If any of those topics interest you, I would love for you to stay with us and subscribe if you're not already. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I'm so glad you are enjoying the content. So today I wanted to talk about traditional cancer treatments versus holistic cancer treatments. Both approaches can be controversial, these teeth, controversial depending on who you talk to, where the person's mindset is, what their experiences may be. I know some people that just simply do not trust the hospitals, do not trust doctors. Um, there are some people that strictly just they don't even want to listen to anything holistic. Give them medicine. They don't want to be in pain. So it depending on which side of the pendulum you're on, this topic can be a little bit controversial. Now, before I get started, I do not have an issue with traditional treatment nor holistic treatment. If you have chosen to go holistic, God bless you. I pray for your journey. I hope you are healed 100% through the Lord. If you have chosen traditional treatment, God bless you. Blessings on your treatment. I pray that you are healed by the Lord. I don't have an issue with either. I'm not a doctor. This is just a topic that I have researched that I've wanted to talk about because people have asked me why I've chosen traditional versus holistic. And I just wanted to talk about the differences and the pros and the cons. Again, this is something that I knew nothing about before. And I'm not going to lie to you, I really didn't have a choice. When I was first diagnosed, a treatment plan was given to me. I did not have time to think about whether I wanted a holistic approach or whether I wanted a medical approach. I didn't know anything about it, honestly, to even make that decision or correlation. I was diagnosed November 5th. By December, I was having my first surgery to remove the tumor. So I did not have time to research. I did not have time to even comprehend everything that was going on. I was diagnosed November 6th. We closed on our home. I was diagnosed November 5th. We closed on our home November 6th. I didn't even have time to celebrate the fact that I had a home, let alone wrap my mind around the fact that I have to get treatment. What treatment should I get? I didn't know any of this. My mind was so set on, I don't want to die. That's all I knew. That's all I could think about. I don't want to die. So I wasn't any of this stuff. I have notes here because I had to film something else. So my makeup is already done. Else I would be sitting here doing my makeup while I'm talking about this because I need to stay focused and I have key points that I don't want to forget. So because I don't have anything in my hands, I have to have my notes here so that I don't forget anything. I did not have time to figure out which way I wanted to go. I did not have a choice. I had to go the route that was given to me, which was traditional medication, chemo, radiation, that kind of stuff. Traditional cancer treatments are meant to target cancer cells directly. And oftentimes, with like me, it comes with side effects. I am not going to say I haven't heard of anyone that has not had side effects because I'm sure there are people. Because again, until it happened to me, I didn't know cancer treatments came with side effects. I thought it was either the cancer is in remission or you pass. I did not know that it could be all of these things that happen after the fact. I remember when I was getting, I want to say it was my first treatment I got, and it put me in the hospital. That's how bad my body reacted to my first round of chemo. I had a nurse, and she had a marijuana plant on her leg that she had tattooed. because she felt as though that is what saved her. And she, I mean, praised it, talked about how, everybody should be on it, blah, blah, blah. Never once did she say, it helped me with this side effect, it helped me with that side effect. It was just, this is what helped her with her cancer. This is what helped heal her cancer. So no one ever talked about what the side effects may be from you getting chemotherapy. Some examples of traditional treatment are chemotherapy. This is meant to kill or stop the growth of cancer cells. There are many types of chemotherapy drugs used to kill the cancer cells. It all depends on what type of cancer you have. It depends on the stage of cancer, and it also depends on the patient's health during the time of your treatment. Some may not be able to handle a certain type of medication. Your body may not react well to this type of medication, which was me. So all of these factors depends on what type of chemotherapy you get. So this is when I'm going to go to my notes. One of the types of medication for chemo is, I'm going to butcher these words, anti-metabolites. I think that's what it is. And these interfere with the DNA and RNA growth of your cancer cell. 5-fluorouracil or 5-FU is used for colon cancer. Topoisomerase inhibitors. I know I'm butchering that word, but these interfere with the enzymes that help separate strands of DNA so they can be copied. So basically, the inhibitors prevents the cell from being able to reproduce and multiply, and controlling the spread of the cancer. Also, it destroys healthy cells as well, which contributes to the side effects from the chemotherapy. Because not only, of course, does it kill the cancer cells, it also targets the healthy cells because it doesn't differentiate the cells. It just attacks. So platinum-based drugs, another type of chemotherapy. Platinum-containing drugs cause DNA damage in the cancer cells. An example of a platinum-based drug is an oxaliplatin. Child, these words, this is often used in colon cancer. I'm only talking about the chemotherapy that is used in colon cancer because that is what I had. So these are the medications that I did research on to find out what was specifically used to target the type of cancer that I had. So basically, in order for the cancer cells to divide and reproduce, the DNA strands need to unwind. The platinum containing drug basically locks the strands in place, making that impossible. So they can't divide and multiply because they're locked in place by that particular drug. So it keeps them from being able to multiply, thus traveling through your body into other parts of your organs, cells, anything else. There are different types of chemo that you're going to get. One type of chemo is curative, meaning this is meant to target and kill the cancer and eliminate it completely from the body. Adjuvant therapy is used right after surgery or radiation to kill on target any remaining cancer cells, any microscopic cells, or anything that may have been missed, to prevent reoccurrence and making sure everything is basically cleaned out. Everything is clear. There's no cells or anything left. I had this after my radiation. That was the whole point of me getting the other months of chemotherapy. I had radiation and chemo in the beginning, and then afterwards I had the uh, adjuvant therapy to make sure that everything was going, everything was clear, that there was nothing lingering or left behind. Neoadjuvant, that is giving before surgery. Say you have a tumor and it's really large and the doctor is not able to remove the tumor. You're going to have this therapy in order to shrink the tumor so that it's easier for the doctor to remove. Palliative chemo is given to a patient. Let's say your cancer has progressed And it's basically to help manage pain and to give you a better quality of life instead of trying to cure the cancer. If you have a stage 4 cancer that has spread all over the body, and I'm sorry, it's just all of this is just like a lot. Um, you have stage 4, and there's basically nothing that they can do. You would get this type of chemo to just try to manage pain and to make your life easier and better until the unfortunate. But that's when you would get this type of chemo. So chemo basically travels through your bloodstream and reaches cancer cells all throughout your body. It works by interfering with the cancer cycles, the cell cycles that allows the cancer to grow, divide, and reproduce. You can get chemo through IV, which is what I had. I had a port. You can also get it through your arms, but my veins are terrible, so it just wasn't an option. It was easier and more effective for me to get a port, which goes through your chest and is the main vein to your heart. The whole thing is just so scary, but it's what you have to do to stay alive. You can get it by mouth, which is pills or capsule, which is again what I had when I got my radiation. I got the radiation and the chemo pill at the same time. After I was finished that, I had a 2-week break, and then I started my rounds of straight chemo through my port. You can get it by injection into a muscle under the skin. I'm assuming that this depends on, I did not dig deeper into this, but I'm assuming this depends on what type of cancer you had or you have. Or you can get a topical, which usually is a skin cancer. So another type of traditional treatment is radiation therapy. So radiation is high energy radiation to target and destroy cancer cells. Surgery. Surgery is to remove tumors and cancerous tissues throughout your body during an operation. Immunotherapy. This boosts your body's immune system to help combat and fight cancer. An example of immunotherapy is checkpoint inhibitor therapy, which uses drugs to help the immune system recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively. So, your immune system has checkpoints, molecules and cells that need to be turned on and off in order to create a response. Cancer cells exploit these checkpoints in order to avoid being detected and attacked by your immune system. Immunotherapy blocks these checkpoint proteins and allows your T cells to recognize and attack the cancer cells. Targeted therapy. This attacks specific cells without harming the normal cells. So you would get targeted therapy. Let's say if you had HER2 breast cancer, you would get targeted therapy there because you're targeting the breast tissue and killing the cells in that breast tissue. Hormone therapy. Breast cancer or prostate cancer, you would get hormone therapy because it essentially blocks the hormone production in your body. So basically, traditional medical treatments are based on modern medical science and evidence-based practices. The holistic approach. We've talked about this before. Diet and nutrition. We don't need to get into it again, why you would have to change your diet and your nutrition. A lot of these cancers are linked to our food, the chemicals in the food, the chemicals that are used to grow our food, what the animals that we eat, what they're fed, the health of the animal when it's slaughtered. So many things, what is sprayed in the air. So many things contribute to whether you grow cancer or not. Holistic approach aims more towards the body's overall wellness and healing process. So it's basically the other end of the spectrum from traditional chemotherapy, traditional cancer treatment. It deals with the mental as well as the physical. as well as the emotional. And sometimes it's used in conjunction with the traditional cancer treatment. Meditation and mindfulness. I am not going to say I am a meditator, but these techniques are used to reduce stress. We talked about this before. Stress will exacerbate a sickness. You could be walking around with HIV. The minute you find out, it's downhill. Stress is the biggest contributor, in my opinion, to aid in sickness. Stress can cause sickness. Stress can aid in how your sickness grows. So meditation and mindfulness help with mental clarity. It helps with emotional well-being. Diet and nutrition and stress. Honestly, I'm not a doctor, but if I can give my honest opinion as someone that went through it, anybody that's dealing with cancer, focus on your mental health, focus on your diet, because those are going to be two of the biggest factors in your healing and your blessings. Number one is first of all, number one is going to be God and prayer. If you don't believe in Jesus, if you don't believe in God, that's your business. So don't come in my comments with who's God and there is no God. You can keep that to yourself, because it's no point in you saying that over here. Number one is your faith. I'm going to be honest with you guys for a second. When I got diagnosed, my faith was low. My mom had more faith than anybody I know. My mom had to have my faith in hers. Only thing that was in my mind was I didn't want to die. That's it. I could not focus on, Asia, you're going to be okay. I even told her this. Like, I felt like you're saying this because you're my mom. Like, you're not going to sit there. Yeah, girl, I don't know what to tell you, child. Like, this girl is looking grim. Like, you're my mom. Like, you're not going to sit and tell me that. Like, unless you're just some kind of psycho, I don't see your mom is supposed to tell you everything is going to be okay. That's what she's supposed to say. But God told her that I was going to be okay. I just could not hear that. Like, all of these medical terms that we're talking about, these are things that we need to know. These are things that I did not know in the beginning of my journey. And I want to try to head this off for anybody else that may be in the beginning of their journey, in the middle of their journey, just information that we need to know. But the bottom line, regardless of any of this stuff, is your faith. If you don't believe that Jesus can heal you, you're going to be lost, because I was lost. Prayer is so important. I'm not really well versed on meditation, but prayer works. Prayer changes things and people. And my mom prayed enough for me and everybody else. I'm not going to say I didn't pray, but I was literally so lost and so sick. I could not focus on those things. Everybody doesn't have someone to pray in their corner. Everybody doesn't have someone that has so much faith that it can carry them and you in their corner. I had a village behind me. My mom, my sister, my aunts, my family. I had a village behind me. Everybody does not have that. I'm not even going to say that I had to reach up and grab his hand, because I felt like he was holding me the entire time and I just didn't know it. I didn't have to figure out what the next step was. What am I going to do now? Because my steps were already ordered. Everything was already planned out for me. Before we choose traditional or holistic or however you choose to go, God needs to be first and in the center. in order for you to be okay, in order for you to mentally handle this journey that you're about to embark or already in. It's hard when you're in the storm. That's why it's like I'm so thankful that I had my family, because I don't know if I would be here without them, because I did not have the strength to pray for myself, because I was so scared and weak and sick and anxious and a million emotions at one time. Acupuncture is another holistic treatment. It's an Chinese practice, and it helps with pain. It can help with pain and other side effects of cancer if you choose not to take medication. Yoga, a calming and relaxing exercise that promotes flexibility, calmness, circulation within your body. I personally don't do yoga, but I've heard it is wonderful on the body, and it can help when you are into meditation and things like that. They have quiet time. I heard they have hot yoga and so many different variations depending on where you are in your life and what you're looking for, that can target wherever you are in your mind or wherever you are in your journey in that moment. It also can help in reducing stress, the stretching, the different poses, just anything you can do to help reduce stress. I'm all for it. Massage therapy also can help with circulation, can help reduce stress, muscle pain, anxiety. I haven't done massage therapy, believe it or not. I'm not the biggest massage person. I don't really like massages. They hurt to me. But if you choose not to take traditional medication, massage therapy is another holistic approach to help with pain management. Herbal supplements, natural supplements like turmeric, green tea, medicinal mushrooms. I've never taken mushrooms. I do use turmeric. I put turmeric in my chicken, my stewed chicken now. That's something I got from my mom, because I'm not a big turmeric fan, but I'm able to get it into my body through different dishes that I make. So when I make stewed chicken now, I add turmeric to. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna make me some stewed chicken. I just bought me some chicken. Good idea. What was I? Oh, medicinal mushrooms all aid in helping to support the immune system. The immune system is so important in fighting off disease, whether it be cancer, colds, anything. We're going to be coming up on cold and flu season soon. So it's very, very important for your immune system to be strong to help fight off disease. So basically, the holistic approach emphasizes your body's natural healing process. So it wants your body to be strong enough to fight off the disease by itself without the aid of traditional or harsh medication. I personally did not go that route because, again, I had no thought process of any of this stuff, but I wanted it going. At the time, I did not think fruits and berries was going to do it. Give me the hard drugs, knock it out of there. It When I tell you I wouldn't wish chemo on anybody, but I don't regret taking that route. I'm not saying that holistically it does not work. I'm not saying that holistic does not work. If I'm not even going to say if. No, I'm going to say if I had to go back, I would do holistic in conjunction with traditional medicine treatment. I would change my eating habits earlier. I would do the acupuncture after I did a little bit more research and make sure it was okay to do. I would add more the herbs and things that help with cancer cells. All of that stuff I would incorporate earlier into my journey instead of waiting until after everything was done. until I had another cancerous polyp, I wouldn't have waited so long. All of these things I would have changed in conjunction with the traditional medication had I known. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons of traditional versus holistic. Traditional treatments can aid in hair loss, fatigue, um, immune suppression, all of these different things that are less than favorable side effects. Holistic focuses on improving your well-being and your wellness while minimizing side effects. I just don't know how effective it would be in the middle of your cancer journey, which again would be why I would choose to do both. It basically focuses on minimizing your side effects and improving your comfort.
So guys, the end of my video unfortunately got cut off, and I have to leave, so I don't have time to redo it. It wasn't a lot left. It just was a couple of pros and cons between holistic and traditional medicine. But I'm praying that the information that I did have left in the video, that you guys were able to understand and are able to make an informed decision, or at least have enough information to that you can try to make an informed decision, because this is more information than what I had. I'm praying that this helps someone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. Turn on your bell notification so you know when I upload, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.